the face of 21st century India, a scientist philosopher, a protagonist of societal transformation through scientific development and innovations, who is spreading a message of spirituality, honesty, selflessness, the value of giving, a mystic, an indomitable spirit amongst us is Bharat Ratna APJ Abdul Kalam. Sir, I request you to deliver the inaugural address. Sir.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹರ್ತಿಗೆ ಸ್ಪರ್ಶಗಳು. Friends, today for me a very important day. Why it is important? Because I was sitting by the side of Dr. Sri Sri Shivakumar Swamiji, President of Sri Siddhaganga Society, and also my close respected friend and Justice M.N. Venkatachalaya. And I greet Sri Sri Siddhalinga Swamiji and the directors of Dr. M.N. Channapasavappa and Principal Dr. Shivakumar Ayya, all the dignitaries, guests, and my dear students and faculty members. Friends, it is, I am in an environment, I am from Rameshwaram, a Shiva a temple famous there for centuries. Throughout the country people visit Rameshwaram. And that Rameshwaram, there's a small street, it's called Mars Street. In the Mars Street, a very hardworking, a respectable person for the whole Rameshwaram. That was my father, and he lived 103 years, and with my mother 93 years. Now if you ask me, dear young fellows, you are all young chaps and young girls, if you ask me, what did I learn? You're 103 years old father and 93 years mother. What did you learn? One thing I learned. This planet Earth, whether you like it or not, for billions of years it will orbit around the sun. But human beings are unique. Human beings are unique. I saw a unique human being and revered Sri Sri Shivakumar Swamiji today. My father, mother told me, at no time you give up the hope. Believe in God, you will achieve everything. This is the message. Now friends, today morning, you know your Tumkur is 1.5 hours travel by road. So I started from Raj Bhavan morning around 10 o'clock to reach here 11:30 and see Sri Sri Shivakumar Swamiji. When I was traveling, a great institution came in between. That institution, Indian Institute of Science. A close friend of mine is there, Professor Balakrishnan. He's a great researcher. He's associate director of Indian Institute of Science. So when I crossing his establishment, I must call him. I call him telephone. I called him telephone. I said, I am going to Siddhaganga Institute of Technology. I am going there. They are celebrating Golden Jubilee, and I am going there. Then Professor Balakrishnan told me, oh, you are going for SIT. It's a great institution. Many students after their many students after their postgraduate at SIT, they come there in Indians of Science for research. I asked him, when the student, when they come for research from SIT, Siddhaganga Institute of Technology, what's the unique thing you found in the student? He told me, Professor Balakrishnan told me, Indians of Science, we found two great qualities in the SIT producers when the students come for research in Indians of Science. Number one, nobody can beat them, their hard work. They are hard workers. Day and night for research you need to work hard work. And my professor also, Balakrishnan also, there are 2 a.m. up to that he works there. Now second quality of SIT students when they go to research Indian science, they are men and women of character. The value system. The value system is the crown for all the research students who come from SIT, SIT. So you belong to that tradition. Indeed, you friends, you belong to the tradition. When you move, when you work, whatever profession you do, remember, you belong to very rare in the history that you will do science and technology in an institution where a spiritual chief, where a endowment of spirituality is with you always at 106 years. What a great benefit you are all enjoying. So friends, you are all fortunate. You are really fortunate. I am indeed delighted to visit the Siddhaganga Institute of Technology, Tumkur, and to inaugurate the Golden Jubilee celebration of the Institute. My respects to Revered Dr. Sri Sri Sivakumara Swamiji for nurturing the institution with value system. I also greet when the student from SIT, when they walk in the street of Bangalore or any part of the country, you should radiate not only knowledge, you have to radiate purity of life. What will you radiate? What will you radiate? Purity of life you will radiate. That is the uniqueness. That is the uniqueness of all the students today you are assembled here. I also greet the pioneers, the director members, the faculty, staff, and students of this great institution. Established in the year 1963, with only 3 branches, the SIT is providing engineering education in 12 UG programs and an equal number of MTech programs. The vision of SIT, what is the vision of SIT? To develop young minds in a learning environment of a high academic ambience by synergizing the spiritual values and technological competence is indeed the need of the hour. Friends, on this occasion, or the Golden Jubilee of SIT, I would like to congratulate all of you and share few thoughts on the topic Culture of Excellence. What is the topic? Culture, that's the topic. Dear friends, when I see Dr. Sri Sri Sivakumara Swamiji with us, let me recall An event on the day of his 100th birthday was celebrated. At that time, I was the president. His Holiness Sri Sri Sivakumar Swamiji of Sri Siddhalanga Math of Tumkur is an example of spreading the message of giving. Message of giving. He has been on a tireless mission of socio-economic development and eradication of inequalities in education. That's why you are all in the rural environment, Tumkur side. He saw education and the alleviation of hunger among the masses as an effective means to enrich human capacity, which in turn would contribute to the national reconstruction. His Holiness Swamiji has followed the footprints of his Guru of providing free boarding home to the students, which is now serving the needs of over 8,000 students. In addition, 2,000 pilgrims and visitors in the Math are also provided food every day. During the last 7 decades, Swamiji is the founder of the well over 125 educational institutions, ranging from nursery to institution of technology, pure science, arts, management, vocational training and performing arts. During his 100th birthday of His Holiness, Sri Sri Sivakumar Swamiji, a message of giving came to my mind, celebrating his contribution, which I would like to share with you, the poem. I wrote a poem when Swamiji completed 100 years. On that day I recited a poem. You want to hear? Message is radiating the message on giving. Radiating, you see him, he is radiating message on giving. Oh, my fellow citizens, you are all, in giving, you receive happiness in body and soul. You have everything to give. If you have knowledge, share it. If you have resources, share it with the needy. Use your mind and heart to remove the pain of the suffering and cheer the sad hearts. In giving, you receive happiness. Almighty bless all of your action. This is the poem recited to celebrate on his 100th birthday. Now friends, when I am SIT, good teaching emanates from research. Good teaching emanates from research. Teachers' love for research and their experience research are vital for the growth of the institution. Any institution is judged by the level and the extent of the research work it accomplishes. This sets in regenerative cycle of excellence. Experience of research leads to quality teaching, and quality teaching imparted to the young in turn enriches the research. Technology is indeed a non-linear tool available to humanity, which can affect fundamental changes in the ground rules of economic competitiveness. Science is linked to technology through applications. Technology linked to economy and environment through manufacturing of knowledge products. Economy and environment are linked to the technology, which promotes prosperity to the societies. We have to use innovation to generate high value added products for becoming a global player. The foundation of academic research is excellence in action. Foundation of academic research is excellence in action. Now let us look at what is excellence, culture of excellence, because you have to become a product of a culture of excellence. Friends, you all belong to the youth community, which should stand for culture of excellence. Moreover, excellence is not by accident. It's a process where an individual continuously strives to better oneself. The performance standards set by yourself. You work on your dreams with focus and are prepared to take calculated risk, and you do not get deterred by failures. As you move towards your dreams, you step up the targets and try to reach the higher and higher. When you strive to work to realize your potential in the process, you will increase your performance. At all times, you are not in competition with anyone else, but your own self. That is the culture of excellence. I am sure SIT is being built with the technology focus based on the innovation and the excellence which are crucial for research. Friends, I would like to share an experience how my professor during my engineering education made us to design a low-level attack aircraft. By this project, students acquired the experience of system design, system integration, and system management. Long ago, 1954-57, none of you were even idea forms, 1954-57. And there was a professor in Madras Institute of Technology. Finally, he was teaching aircraft design. He called 9 of us, 9 students of aeronautical engineering and the different areas: propulsion, aerodynamics, structure, control, guidance, instrumentation, and system design. Called all of us, 9 of us. He said, friends, in 6-month project I am going to give all of you. And 6th month I need a design, preliminary design of low-level attack aircraft of Mach 1.5. And somehow he got hold of me. He said, you are the project leader. He asked me, Kalam is the project leader. We started working. In those days, we did not have the computer like in front of me. We had what's called funny thing, slide rule. It's in museum now, slide rule. That is our slide rule, log table. These are the 2 things for our calculations. We used that. We worked hard. But Madras has its own jobs. Suddenly, my team members would vanish on Sunday at the beach and so many things. And cinemas like that, they will push off in those days. But still, I am the leader of the team. I have to take responsibility. Somehow we managed to work with them. Exactly 5th month, my teachers, Professor Srinivasan, landed my laboratory, caught hold of all of us, and reviewed the whole design, what we have done, 5 months. He said, hopeless output. Hopeless. When a professor gives hopeless output, you know what does it mean? you know what does it mean. I hope you don't have such tough professors. So he said, I am dissatisfied with the design and also type of drawings you guys have made, and only 1 month more you have to do, gear up, and the team leader, you fellow have to work hard, bring all your 8 fellows together, ensure a good design come out of this laboratory. Otherwise, he told me, fingered to me, you guy will lose your scholarship. Okay, he warned me. Without scholarship, Madras Institute of Technology is very difficult to manage. I hope your SIT is not so hard. Okay, so we tried. Then we all get up, put your belt, tighten our belt. We worked hard, day and night. We worked many nights, sleepless nights. In a month's time, we arrived at a great design to our satisfaction. Our professor, when he was going to tennis on Sunday, he landed again in our laboratory. He sat with us for 2 hours, reviewed our design. He said, fantastic design you have done. Okay. And not only that, he took us to his house. He gave us a hot Madras coffee, he gave us. So we are very happy. But the issue is not that coffee or professor's certificate. That 6 months what we learned was system design, system integration and system management. By designing a low-level attack aircraft, all the 9 of us were experienced on system design, system integration, system management, how to deploy multiple technology, how to use multiple technology to build a system. When you go to this campus SIT, every one of you will not be asked, you give me a mechanical system or electronic system or chemical system or a computer system. Everywhere you will find multiple technology system as you have to give us. Any industry will ask you a system, a product. So that's why it's very important, an institution like SIT and the student, postgraduate student and graduate students, it's essential to work on the multidiscipline and evolve a project so you are getting ready for the employability. Then you become employability very high. So now friends, let us study convergence of technology and the linkage to science is reciprocating. Now another dimension going to take place, since you are all technology people, young fellows, what is called convergence of technology. Many technologies are converging. Hear me what I am saying. The information technology and communication technology have already converged, leading to information communication technology, ICT, which all you know. The information technology combined with the biotechnology has led to the bioinformatics. Similarly, photonics grown out from the laboratories to converge with classical electronics and microelectronics to bring in a new high-speed option in consumer products. Flexible and unbreakable displays using thin layer of film on transparent polymers have emerged as a new symbol of entertainment and media tools. Now, nanotechnology has come in. It is the field of the future that will replace according to me, will replace the microelectronics, many fields with a tremendous application potential in the areas of medicine, electronic material science. When nanotechnology and the ICT meet and an integrated silicon electronics, photonics are born, and it can be said that the material convergence will happen. With material convergence and biotechnology linked, a new science called intelligent bioscience will be born, which would lead to a disease-free, happy and more intelligent human habitat with longevity and high human capacities. Convergence of bio, nano, info technologies can lead to the development of nanorobots. When nanorobots are injected to a patient, my expert friends say, it will diagnose and deliver the treatment of exclusively in the affected area, and then the nanorobot get digested as it is a DNA-based product. I saw the product sample in one of the laboratories in South Korea, where best of minds with multiple technology work with the target of finding out the out-of-box solution. Now, friends, next few minutes, I am going to talk to you what's called science is reciprocating. It has got a link to convergence of technology. Let me give an example. Recently, I was in a Harvard University for lecture, where I visited laboratories in many eminent professors from the Harvard School of Engineering and Applied Science. I recall how Professor Hong-Kun Park showed me his invention of nanoneedles, which can pierce and deliver content with individual target biocells. This is how nanoparticle science is shaping the bioscience. Then I met Professor Vinod Manoharan of Harvard University, who showed me, on the other hand, biosciences are in turn shaping the nanomaterial science as well. He is using DNA material to design self-assembling particles. When particular type of DNA is applied to a particle at the atomic level, professor is able to generate a prefixed behavior and automatic assembly from them. This could be our answer to self-assembly of devices and colonies in deep space without human intervention. Thus, Remember what I am saying. Thus, within a single research building, I saw how two different sciences are shaping each other without any iron curtain between the technologies. This reciprocating contribution of sciences to one another is going to shape our future, and the industry needs to be ready for it. So, you all had to be ready for this science reciprocating and convergence of technology. Now, a new trend is emerging. The aspect being introduced that of ecology globally. The demand are shifting towards development of a sustainable system which are technologically superior. This is the new dimension of 21st century knowledge society, where science, technology and environment will have to go together. Thus, the new age model would be a four-dimensional bio-nano-info-eco based. I am sure the education system in the SIT is concentrating to build a curriculum which will emphasize the convergence of technology and remove the interdisciplinary barriers. From now let me describe, friends, when you finish SIT graduation, BTech or MTech or PhD, what type of India you are going to enter? All of you, after graduation, what type of India you are going to enter? I want to give you a profile of 2020. Another 7 years' time, how India can be shaped. I call it distinctive profile India by 2020. How it will look like? A nation where the rural and urban divide has reduced to a thin line. There are 600,000 villages. I am very happy Dr. Sri Sri Shivakumar Swamiji, most of his concentration is working in the rural area and capacity building the rural people so that they can have employment through education. So it is very important, a nation where the rural and urban divide is reduced to a thin line. A nation where there is equitable distribution and adequate access to energy and quality water. A nation where agriculture, industry and service sector work together in symphony. A nation where agriculture, industry and service sector work together in symphony. Now, friends, young fellows, you carefully hear me what I am saying. For the realization of above two mission, what is needed is the following mission, which I will like to share with you. I am going to give you a mission for all the young fellows who are assembled here. What is the mission? I was asking myself yesterday when I was traveling in the aircraft, what is the core competence of Karnataka? What is the core competence of Karnataka? The core competence of Karnataka, according to me, is a garden, a rainy forest, water, and above all, the people of Karnataka. Now, what Karnataka should be known for, based on the core competence, based on the people, what Karnataka should be known for, there should be one unique system. Bangalore has earned the reputation of doing its best in electronic industry and the IT industry. But as a whole, Karnataka should be remembered for one unique thing. But as a whole, Karnataka should be remembered for one unique thing. What is that? I was thinking myself, a unique vision which will enrich the core competence and create a brand for Karnataka. You must create a brand for Karnataka. What is that? Suspense, what is that? That mission, because you are going to promise me that when you go to this campus and you will spend a lot of time in that mission to bring a brand to Karnataka. What is that? That means is to create all season smart waterway grid for Karnataka. To create an all season smart waterways grid for Karnataka. This all-season Karnataka smart waterways grid will help store flood water and distribute to the needy region where there is a drought. I have been advocating smart waterways for all the states in the country at the MSL level, 250-meter height, where it connects the rivers and catchment level within the state. If the states if each state, like Karnataka, creates a smart waterway grid, then it can not only store the flood water but can release the water to the water deficient region within the state and also other riparian states. It is cheaper, it can help navigation of heavy goods, equipment and people transportation at much cheaper cost, reduce the traffic congestion in the cities, also increase the power generation apart from feed the water for irrigation in all the sections. Hence, I suggest the Karnataka government, with its great youth of the state, to embark on the mission of creating all-season Karnataka smart waterways grid to bring peace and prosperity to the state. If you do so, nature, tourists, and the people of Karnataka and the nation will smile at you. Okay, I have given you a task. Okay, it is my website www.abdulkalam.com. The talk I am giving you is in my website. I have given the details, and every young fellow and young girl can look at this one and send me question. My mail apj@abdulkalam.com. Now, fourth pillar. A nation where education with value system is not denied to any meritorious candidate because of societal or economic discrimination. A fifth, a nation which is the best destination for the most talented scholars, scientists, and the investors. A nation where the best of healthcare is available to all. A nation where the governance is responsive, transparent, and corruption-free. A nation where poverty has been totally eradicated, illiteracy removed, and crimes against women and children are absent, and none in the society feels alienated. A nation that prosperous, healthy, secure, devoid of terrorism, peaceful, happy, and continues the sustainable growth path. A nation that's one of the best places to live in and is proud of its leadership. We have to be proud one day. Now, to achieve the distinct profile for India, we have the mission of transforming India into an economically developed nation. We have identified 5 areas where India has a core competence for integrated action: agriculture, food processing, reliable and quality electric power, surface transport and infrastructure for all parts of the country, education and healthcare, information communication technology, and self-reliance in critical technologies. These 5 areas are closely interrelated and progress in a coordinated way, leading to food, economic, and national security. Dear friends, one of the key requirements towards achieving the distinct profile of India nation would be the creation of sustainable enterprise driven models at the rural level. One such system which I suggest is called PURA, providing urban amenities in the rural area. It is the creation of a physical, electronic and knowledge connectivity leading to the economic connectivity of the rural region. With this combined and planned intervention of the infrastructure, a digital technology, information and enterprise, we can select a cluster of 20 to 50 villages which share the core competence and empower those using local enterprises. I would like to suggest here that Siddhaganga Institute of Technology, Tumkur, may like to pursue the implementation of one such Pura complex covering about 50 to 100 villages on the outskirts of Tumkur, utilizing the potential of the youth of this college. This Pura will be called Sitpura, which would empower the local villages in this region. This work on Pura will facilitate faculty, student, intensive program in rural and societal transformation. Now friends, Now finally I would like to say, now let me discuss the linkages between national economic development and creative leadership. Economic development and creative leadership. A nation's economic development is powered by competitiveness. Competitiveness is powered by knowledge power. Knowledge power is powered by technology and innovation. Technology innovation is powered by resource investment. The resource investment is powered by return on investment. The return on investment is powered by revenue. The revenue is powered by volume and repeat sales. Volume and repeat sales is powered by customer loyalty. Customer loyalty is powered by quality and value of products. Quality and value of products is powered by employee productivity and innovation. And employee productivity is powered by employee loyalty. Employee loyalty is powered by employee satisfaction. Employee satisfaction is powered by working environment. The working environment is powered by management innovation. Management innovation is powered by creative leadership. You saw economic development of the nation finally landed into the creative leadership. For success in all the mission, it is essential to have creative leaders. Creative leadership means exercising the vision to change the traditional role from the commander to coach, from manager to mentor, from director to delegator, from one who demands the respect to one who facilitates self-respect. For enhancing enterprise value, we need large number of creative leaders. The SIT has to create not only technologies but combined with the creative leadership. So friends, in conclusion, dear friends, when you are out of this campus, after completion of your graduation, you will be entering a new phase in your life, which will present many challenges, many opportunities. Equipped with knowledge now, with your hard work and sweat and strong determination, you can become a leader in the area that you have chosen. What is the one action which will make you the great? Every one of you has a page. Every one of you today, you are going to write a page in the history of India. What is that page? How do you make the page which is going to be referred by the posterity? Today, take a paper or sit in front of a computer and write one sentence. The answer to that sentence has to be give vision to your ambition. What is that vision? Yes, the vision of your life is the following. What I will be remembered for? You have to ask yourself. What I will be remembered for? If you find an answer for this question in a few lines and a few lines, that will be out-of-box idea will drive you for the rest of your life, and you can communicate with me, send a mail to me that what I will be remembered for, this is the page I have written. If good ideas you have written to me, I will correspond with you. Friends, with this, I am very happy to meet all of you and talk to you. And finally, can you take a oath or you are tired? You can take oath? You can take it? You are not tired? Okay. Technology is a oath, okay? Technology is a lifetime mission. I will work and succeed. Wherever I am, a thought will always come to my mind. That is, what process or product I can innovate, invent or discover. I will always remember that let not my winged days be spent in vain. I realize I have to set a great technological goal that will lead me to think high, work and persevere and realize the goal. My greatest friends will be great scientific technological minds, great teachers, great books. I firmly believe no problem can defeat me. I will become the captain of the problem and defeat the problem and succeed. I will work for removing the problems faced by the planet Earth in the areas of water, energy, habitat, waste management and environment through the application of science and technology. I realize I am as young as my faith, as old as my doubt, as young as my self-confidence, as young as my fear, as young as my hope, as old as my despair. I will develop faith, self-confidence and hope. My national flag flies in my heart, and I'll bring glory to my nation. Thank you, young friends. You are all great guys. Wish you all the best. I am going to give Principal sir. This is for your library. No, let him speak.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for igniting our minds, the importance of reciprocal contribution of different branches of science for the global betterment. Let purity of mind be the uniqueness of all.